Hi, it's Ryan Charles with ALCOVA Mortgage in Midlothian. Today I'm talking about how a realtor gets paid, specifically how a buyer's agent gets paid in a purchase transaction. Now, a lot of people who I know, intelligent folks, educated folks, don't understand this, and this is a public service announcement. If you are a buyer looking to buy a resale house, right, a house that has already been lived in, and you don't have a buyer's agent, you're screwing up. Why? So I'm going to tell you why. If someone wants to sell a house and they have a realtor come over, a listing agent, and they enter into a contract to list that house with that agent, the customary fee is 6%. That contract is drawn up on that date, and then they list the house, and whether it sells one day or 91 days, that contract's in place, right? So when a buyer comes, typically what happens is the listing agent will give 3% to the buyer's agent and keep 3% for themselves. But remember, the contract states 6% to the listing agent from the start. The misconception and the mistake I see buyers make is they say, well, I'm going to go at this without an agent, I'm going to save money. No, you won't, because the contract states 6% to the listing agent. Well, they'll drop their price to 3% because I don't have an agent. No, they won't. The contract states when they agreed to sell their house that they get 6% upon successful sale. It's just customary that they split it 3 and 3. So if you're buying a house without a buyer's agent, you're making a mistake. Now, if you do happen to do that, then what typically will happen is the listing agent will appoint someone in their office to help the buyer and then give them something for their time. It's better than nothing. Is it as good as having a custom picked buyer's agent? Absolutely not. Dual agency is legal in Virginia, and so that same agent can actually represent both parties if they really want to. A lot of agents choose not to do this because they view it as a conflict of interest, and that's my opinion. I think it kind of is a conflict of interest if you're trying to negotiate on behalf of both parties, but it happens all the time. But the important thing to understand is that contract is in place at 6% on the sale of that house. So if you're a buyer, what I recommend is that you find a buyer's agent. If you don't know a good one, talk to your loan officer. Talk to me, I'll give you one. I know plenty of them. There's a lot of bad ones out there too, and unfortunately you're not going to know who the bad or the good ones are until you're pretty far into the process. So get referrals from people who you trust who have bought houses recently, and that's a really good method of doing it. But whatever you do, don't think you're being smart and try to buy a house without a buyer's agent. You're giving up free representation, and find a good one. Talk to many people and do your diligence. But for God's sakes, don't forego your opportunity to have great representation. And a lot of people don't know, but buyer's agents do a lot on the back end, a lot that you never even see. It's what you don't know that hurts you in this business. So, all right, I'm off my soapbox. Please understand how a buyer's agent gets paid. If you're a buyer not using an agent on a house purchase, you're making a mistake. Ryan Charles, ALCOVA Mortgage in Midlothian. Thanks for listening. Talk to you next week. Bye.